Right then guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Paper Talk, the video I do on a Sunday, touching all the Sunday papers and seeing if there's anything out there that is kind of related to Liverpool or could affect Liverpool in any sort of way. So first up, let's check the BBC gossip page. So the first thing they're touching on here is Fabrizio Romano. Let's have a look at this then with Manuel Ugarte. So Manuel Ugarte has basically put out within the past few hours that more contact is expected on the deal between Manuel Ugarte going to Chelsea. Chelsea see him as the perfect person to sit next to Enzo Fernandez in the centre of midfield. And they says here that they're potentially going to pay more than the €60 million release clause, but over a longer period of time, just like they did the Enzo Fernandez deal. So that's interesting, guys, isn't it? And you might be wondering why I'm touching this, just in case you're new to the channel. Manuel Ugarte was a player that Liverpool were very highly linked with about 2 weeks ago. Liverpool potentially got into a little bit of bother in regards to trying to bring down the asking price and paying less than the release clause. Now, it is rumoured to be about €60 million, which is about £55 million for Ugarte, but it seems that Liverpool have stepped away from that now, and Chelsea are now the people in charge of the deal, basically, by the looks of it. They do have to keep an eye out for PSG, it says, does Fabrizio Romano, and he said that it's not done, which I'm sick of saying now, ever since this whole Alexis McAllister stuff started. It's not done or sealed yet, but Chelsea are in advanced stages now, but still need to be careful with PSG until the documents are signed. And he closed that off saying key hours are ahead. Now, if you remember when this all fell apart in regards to Liverpool, I had the theory that Liverpool potentially backed away because another option had become available. And I thought it may have been Romeo Lavia at Southampton. However, it may have been Manu Kone at Borussia Mönchengladbach, which we've seen as linked with a lot with over the past few days. Schmatke's son is becoming the sporting director of Borussia Mönchengladbach, if you believe Kicker, the German sports paper. And the price for him as well is literally half of what the expected price would be of Manuel Ugarte. So maybe that is why Liverpool have stepped away, which is a theory I had a while ago as well, which I did say on a live stream on another channel, is that Liverpool have stepped away not because they've found a better player, they've found a better financial option. So let's see what happens with Kone there, guys, and obviously it does look like we have missed out on Ugarte, who is going to Chelsea as it stands. Let's have a look here, what else have they put out here? I won't be touching that one because it's in the sun. Football transfers have basically mentioned that Liverpool are interested in niche midfielder Thuram, while also maintaining interest in Feyenoord's Orkun Kokuk. I can't pronounce it, guys. We know about Thuram. We've done a few videos on him now. We've seen that the link is there. We've seen that Thuram and Kone both came out around about the same time. I've had my theory on that in regards to the club have released, Liverpool have released the interest in these two players to build a bit of hype around Schmatke. Who knows if that's right, but it's just a theory I've got. And obviously the interest in this young Dutch player, Feyenoord's Orkun, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name because I'll just butcher it. Let's have a look what they've said here in the rest of it. The Feyenoord midfielder remains high on the recruitment list. Kone is in an advanced stage, as is Thuram. They both seem to favour a move to Liverpool. Kone is a little bit more complex. Conflicting ideas about the level of interest from the source. That's very interesting. Maybe they are. I've had this theory that it's one or the other in Thuram and Kone, that we're not going to get both of them. So maybe they're playing both clubs off against each other in this Thuram and Kone thing that's going on. And then what else is there? Romeo Lavia is amongst the targets, which I've mentioned before. Obviously Mason Mount's going to Man United. So yeah, that's probably about it there for that one. Let's have a look. What else is there that we can touch on? Let's have a look at the Sky ones. Is there anything on Sky? Let's have a look. Jurrien Timber was spotted at Wembley. Yes, I've seen that picture. He was a subject of multiple bids for Man United last summer, so we know that the interest is obviously there in Jurrien Timber. You would suspect that he's at Wembley because he's a guest of Man United or potentially Man City. And if it's at that stage now, you would probably think that Liverpool have pulled out of the race in regards to Jurrien Timber, and maybe that's then where the Pavard links have come from. Not much more to put on that then, guys. Really, I think I'm a bit gutted about that one. You know, he's a player that I would have liked Liverpool to have signed. He's only 21, so he's got a bit more of a higher ceiling compared to Benjamin Pavard, who's a bit more of the finished article, if that makes sense. But if he's, like I say, if he's at Wembley, you would suspect he's either the guest of United or City. So, and if it's got that far down the line, then it's pretty much a done deal that he's going to that club, in my opinion. And lastly, it says here that Steven Gerrard could be in line for return this summer with Leicester City. I've also seen him linked with Leeds United, so let's see what happens there with Stevie G. You know, he didn't have the best of time at Aston Villa. He had more success at Rangers, and maybe a bit of time in the Championship could work wonders for him. We've seen that happen with Vincent Kompany, who got Burnley straight back up into the Premier League at first try. So let's see what happens with Steven Gerrard, see if he can try and get his management career back on track. Is there anything else I could probably touch on? Yeah, that's it. Actually, one last thing I want to touch on in this video, which has got nothing to do with the Sunday papers, is basically I saw all the the Twitter ITKs, shall we say, putting out supposed quotes from Dominic Szboszlai in regards to him wanting to come and play for Jurgen Klopp. Now, he did say that. However, he also mentioned other managers in the same statement. He also mentioned Jose Mourinho, and he also mentioned Pep Guardiola. So, as good as it sounds that a player who I really do rate, Dominic Szboszlai, and Liverpool were linked with him before he went to RB Leipzig, you got to take the quotes into consideration, guys. Like, he didn't just pinpoint Jurgen Klopp. He mentioned him among other managers that he would like to go and work for. And Fabrizio Romano has touched on Dominic Szboszlai in the past day or so, saying that important bids are expected for Szboszlai as many Premier League clubs are following him. So it may be one to watch. I think he's got a pretty high release clause at about 70 million euros, which, you know, if Liverpool have spent about 45 on Alexis McAllister, there might be something left in the kitty to go and get him. Especially as well if we're going to sign someone like Kone or Thuram that are a little bit more cheaper options compared to, like, say, Moses Caicedo. Right then, guys, I think that's going to be it for Paper Talk today. Let me know down below what you think on everything that I've just covered off. If you are new here, subscribe to the channel and give the video a like, and I'll catch you in the next one.